Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Will Rucker, and I kind of wanted to do a little intro to the channel, maybe answer a couple questions, of course, that I've come up with myself. I thought the first one that would be kind of cool is some of my favorite runners who inspire me the most. I would definitely put Hans Troyer as my number one. He's been kind of our family's mascot in a way.
Now fit, let's get it.
Young and fit, let's get it. These are the times. We just watched his newest video today where he's with Cade Michael. They're in Boulder doing some trail. And they ran 19 miles. They were trying to spot some moose. It made us giggle. And yeah, just young and fit forever. Jim Walmsley, yeah. He's more technical. He gets down into
Competing?
nitty-gritty details. He's a detail-oriented guy. Hans's coach, David Roach, we kind of love the input that he has in terms of like nutrition, the human science, body science type stuff. Some of it goes completely over my head. And yeah, Poopy, we love Francesco Poopy. Yeah, Poopy got second at this year's Western States. We love Kilian Jornet. Kilian's great. He's kind of the GOAT. He's one of the OGs, like Walmsley. He's been around for a while, way before we all became fans of any of these elite runners. He's very sweet and gentle. We love Rachel Entrekin too, who just recently won the Cocodona 250. I'm a big Max Jolla fan. He's great. Similar to Cam Hanes, he has a little bit of a mouth, so I can't play him around the kids because I get inspired by how tough he is, and just he likes to really like learn who he is. He explores that through running, which you could say that about any of these runners, really. Yeah, and Cam Hanes, another guy who his podcast I listen to all the time. He is great because he kind of like he's blunt. He doesn't care to say things that he feels like a mass audience might disagree with him. Love Courtney Dauwalter also. She's been one of my favorite runners for a while. I feel like even before I got into all the runners that I've named, she's kind of goes the furthest back of like someone who I loved learning about ultras through. Another thing I want to talk about is kind of the Boston Marathon is something that last fall when I was training for the St. Jude Marathon, a question I got asked a lot is, are you trying to Boston qualify? And at the time I was like, I'm training for the Memphis St. Jude. Boston wasn't really, I mean, I knew about it obviously, but it wasn't a thing that was on my radar. I didn't really understand why any runner cared about it all that much. It's just another marathon. But the more I got asked about it, the more I started thinking, yeah, I do want to push myself to qualify for that. It makes sense if you think about it as a race that everyone wants to qualify for. If you do the Boston Marathon, you're running with a bunch of other runners who had to qualify. So it makes it competitive and you feel like you're really a part of something. So leading into this training block, 2026, I'm training for December's marathon, St. Jude. So for this year's marathon, 2026 St. Jude Memphis Marathon, I think my goal time is really just sub 3, maybe 2:58. With a PR of 3:24, that means I'd have to shave 26 minutes off, which seems audacious, probably unlikely. I'll probably stumble and fumble around a lot and possibly fail, but I think I really had the goal of BQing before I turned 40, which I'll turn 39 next year. So it's getting close. But to go over some of my PRs, I can't remember what my like 5K in my adult years is like 20 minutes, which I can totally improve. I think it's like 1945. 10K, I have no idea. My half marathon is like a 1:27. something. But yeah, whether I get 1 follower or 100, I don't really, that's not the reason for this channel. Hopefully, I'll come up with some sayings. I want them to come naturally. Hans has that all figured out. He's really tapped into that space. Maybe my kids will come up with some sayings. Anyways, for now, these are the times.